It is a camera, so say hi to modern day surveillance. People have tried to do all sorts of bad things inside the mine. This is one of our deterrents. We had another question here at the front, was it? Your question?
Yeah. How could they even try to get that crystal out?
So you'd probably have to get a shovel, and you'd probably have to dig under it, and then also above it, and it would sort of slide out like a giant block. The problem is when you try and do that normally, just even by touching it, rocks will fall down, and also it'll break up in your hands. So it's much nicer in its natural form. We're going to keep following you down here.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. What? Oh.
Casey, don't worry.
It's getting cold.
What's your stat?
Are you getting cold?
Yeah, it's like an air conditioner without electricity.
Without,
When you look upwards,
if you're ever hot.
I need a photo.
someone say
I need to put this on my blog. I need to put this on my blog. Bloggy blog. I'm a kid. I'm playing.
So just listen up one moment. You had a very good observation by one of your classmates just here. He found the nice little rails that the carts would have been using beneath us. And then of course the other very nice thing in here is the beautiful crystal above. I'm sorry to disappoint, it is not unicorn poo. This is known as calcite crystal again, and in this part, it's called stalactites. So, can we say stalactites?
Stalactites.
Excellent. And they start growing. Stalactites grow from the roof and they come down almost like little icicles, whereas stalagmites, which we're going to see in Cathedral,
Go up there.
excellent. You've been doing your homework.
You've been on YouTube.
Yeah.
Excellent. Good way of remembering.
To the ground and go up on
So, once we have a look here, you can also make your way around the corner. There's a minecart there, but it's a dead end, so you can come back whenever.
Alicia, say hi. You're being on YouTube. You're going to be on YouTube.
I want to be on YouTube.
Well, too bad. You already said hi.
Because that's not going to be good.
Lucas, this is the actual card. It's not
It's a Minecraft. I need to see it.
It is so tiny.
Oh my gosh, that is a real life Minecraft. I never thought this day would come. Oh my gosh.
From Minecraft.
Oh my gosh.
Minecraft fans.
That is a...
This is an actual Minecraft in real life. Have I just... Dynamite. Dynamite kids.
It's a real life Minecraft in real life. I'm scared I'm going to drop my tablet here. Okay. Oh my gosh, that is so amazing.
Go. Oh my gosh.
Lucas, come on. Oh my gosh.
Hold on,
Everyone's leaving the battles.
Run. I'll get lost in here.
It's such a tight space.
Okay, no worries.
What is tight?
It's just a little...
Say hi to YouTube. Hi.
And it's probably...
we've said hi like
80
They might forget you because these are part videos.
Have a question here, just listening up, guys.
Is there anything lights in there?
In the other cave, yes, there's absolutely lots of stalagmites and stalactites. And if you're lucky, you'll even see a helictite.
What's a hell? Is it like hang from the? Does it hang from the
Oh,
side?
someone already said it. What did you say there,
Does it go
sir?
off the wall?
Excellent. It comes out off the wall, sometimes on a sort of side angle like that. I'm not sure if you'll see any on the cathedral tour, but I might be able to point some out just when you're going. Just listen up, you have a question at the front here.
How tall is stalagmites and stalactites?
Good question. Sometimes they can grow incredibly large if they're millions of years old. At Wellington, the biggest one we have is 15 meters. So it's 15 meters and it starts at the floor where we stand, and it's actually grown so big that it's actually reached the ceiling and connected a stalactite to a stalagmite in a giant column. We do, because we can't go through it. It's too big. We have a question here. Just listen up.
When they were using the minecarts, did the miners have to push them fully?
Yes, they had to push them, so when they're filled with lots of heavy rock and phosphate, it would have probably been very hard taking it from all the way around there back to where we've just walked today. And we had, I think, a question here, was it?
How do you make us like a stalagmite? Like, how do they grow?
How do they grow? So, normally when it rains outside, the rain washes past the limestone rock, and since limestone has lots of calcium in it, the rain actually picks it up when it goes past it. It picks up little pieces of calcium, which are nice and sparkly, and then it just drops, and drops, and drops, and slowly it builds this little piece of crystal. And that's actually what's happened up here. These are like very small, very baby stalactites. Not that we're going to be alive in 500 years' time, but if you come back here, they're probably going to be a little bit bigger. So I'll have to keep an eye out on that. I think that was the last question, I think. Excellent. That basically wraps up the formal part of our mind tour, so thank you everyone for being such a good group today. All we have left to do basically is walk out, but there's one thing I always like to do with school kids, and it's if you want to see what the mine would have looked like naturally, so as in like complete dark, you can stay basically at the end of the tour with me, and I'll do a little experiment with us. If you don't want to see what it's like when it's dark, if you don't like the dark, maybe one of your teachers will be able to stay with you outside. So it's up to you. You have a bit of thinking time before we get there. I'll make my way to the front and you can start following me. So, excuse me.
I kept tipping my head down. Good thing I had that.
It's nice and see-through.